Greetings, dear ones. It's always so good to feel that we're together, and in many ways we really are. These ministers' messages that we're putting out every day seem to be of value to many of our people, and we get the most interesting feedback. Recently I received a series of emails from two sisters who grew up in the church. They are largely fledged and flown now. Both of them are artists, and both of them noticed that every time I record a message, I record it from my office, and I stand in front of two pictures. They were curious about the two pictures. So let me take a moment and tell you a little bit about these two pictures that appear behind me. One of them, the larger of the two, is by a marvelous Twin Cities painter named Susan Armington, a brilliant artist, who had a couple of shows here, one of which was advertised with a postcard on which this picture appears. Now, I saw, when I first looked at the picture, an image of the Madonna. I saw a woman in a mantilla which was blue and hinted toward that particular shade of blue in which Mary, the Mother of God, is often portrayed. Susan did not intend to paint a Madonna at all. It is a collage, and it's an image of one of the tunnels under the old temple in the old city of Jerusalem. It's about roots, it's about the spirituality of depth, and it is, for me, a marvelous, inviting image, which has been a sustaining image in my life. The other image behind me is a photograph of groundbreaking at Dignity Housing West, James Lee Court, a block from the church we served in Oakland, California, a church which, when we arrived there, was surrounded by homeless people living in broken down buildings, just trying to get by. 4,000 within 10 square blocks of the church, 4,000 homeless people. And we became the Church of the Homeless, and we got involved in all kinds of social services, and then we realized that what was important was building housing. And we spent a couple of years working with the Oakland Union of the Homeless, the rowdiest group of people you've ever met. And we built a service-enriched building a block from the church with childcare on site, Head Start on site. We brought all of those services that poor people have to wait in line for into the building so that we could build with the people who lived there a genuine and supportive community. That image of groundbreaking is terribly important to me. I worked very closely with a group of people, both from the council, the city council of Oakland, and from the Oakland Union of the Homeless, which was a marriage that was a little difficult to maintain, but very, very fruitful. And I'm mindful of that effort in this particular week as we contemplate our partnership with Beacon Housing and move toward involvement in choosing the next site and the next focus for Beacon Housing's efforts in the East Metro. We have a meeting coming up on the evening of the 19th of November, which I invite you to, should you, as I do, feel strongly that people need a base. They need a home from which to change their lives for the better. So we were called here to Unity more than 20 years ago now to restore the sense of balance between social justice and spiritual development. Churches at their best live at that intersection and never separate the two. In this time of waiting, in this time when we don't yet know who the next president of the United States will be, I am profoundly aware of the need to maintain that balance between spirituality and work for justice. I think we do it well, and I stand before these two images to remind myself and to remind you that we live at that intersection if we are truly to be instruments of a loving God in the healing of this broken and beautiful world. Take good care.